And so that's where the paranormal and the supernatural aspect of the book comes to play. I wrote this book because I have a fascination with authors such as Frank Peretti and Ted Decker. I like learning the paranormal, supernatural, but more than that, I enjoy just the aspect of spiritual warfare. And also there's other things in the book that I mentioned before, such as the whole aspect of discouragement. I know for myself, I go through a lot of periods of discouragement. Sometimes I'm not even sure if how many people look at these videos, and maybe one or two, but regardless, I believe I have a message that's important, and that's why I keep doing these videos. And I know a lot of us go through periods of discouragement. We may not see people coming to our aid when we need help, or that we have a society now, at least in the United States, where we don't even know if friends are possible anymore. I mean, we have social media now that has redefined friends. We have so the definition of friend may have changed somewhat. For me, a friend is someone who helps me to grow in my relationship with Jesus. And those are very few and far in between. I have met a few in my life, but I don't really have as many as sometimes I would like. And I know when I don't have someone like that in my life, those are the periods of darkness. But when we do have friends like that, I believe those are the periods, at least for me, of the greatest joy and greatest peace, greatest sense of comfort. For we need people like that to keep us in love with the one that has given it all to us, namely Jesus. And so all that to say is that in the book, Derek goes through a lot of discouragement, and that's what brought about the whole creature in the closet, is that he's trying to find a job. He goes to seminary, he can't find work, and so he picks up this book that a witch leaves on the sidewalk. That Derek doesn't know it's a witch until later, till it's too late. All that to say is that discouragement can make us do things that we regret, like Derek did in this book. Discouragement can make us do things that we regret. We get into relationships that we know are wrong, or we don't want to wait on God for things, so we go our own way. Sometimes people could say that about me. Sometimes I have a hard time waiting on God to act. I'm learning as I get older that it doesn't really pay to go ahead of God. You just go into a lot of dead-end roads. And I'm just thankful that if I had made mistakes through my acts of impatience, it hasn't been devastating consequences, other than the fact that I feel at times that I am spinning my wheels, trying to make something of my life. But even that might be something I need to work on. Just the fact that I just need to realize that the most important thing is to be known by Christ and have a relationship with Him. And if you have that, you are the richest person imaginable. Wealth doesn't come in how many friends you have, or how much money you have, or having a house in the right spot in town. It comes through having a relationship with Christ. The richest people I believe I met were those in China who didn't have much of anything, but you could tell they had the joy of Christ in their life. And that's all I care for in my life, and that's why I wrote this book, so people could have that joy of Christ in their life. And that's the thought I want to leave. And I want to mention about my website. It's ericjohnswanson.com. You can read a sample chapter, and my book should be coming out on Kindle and Nook very soon. It's available on other websites for if you want to read the PDF version of it, such as lulu.com, and there's other sites out there as well. So I want to encourage you to at least look at a sample chapter, see if it's something that you would like. I thank you for this time that we spent, and I'll leave you with some colors on the fall.